Starting in five, four, three, two, one. What up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Cue It Up podcast. If this is your first time listening, thank you for hitting the play button. I appreciate you tuning in. This podcast is me having good conversations with my colleagues in the entertainment business. If you are looking to get into the business, great platform for you to utilize to see how you can navigate this world. And if you're already here, you probably can relate to a lot of the guests that are on this show. If you are returning, thank you so much for returning to the platform. You can follow me on Instagram at the Q Smith, TheQuesmith. You can follow the podcast social media account as well on Instagram. It is Cue It Up Podcast. You can listen to this podcast on any podcast platform, Spotify, Apple, iHeart, whatever. And we also have the visual on YouTube. So I am very excited to talk to this next guest. Me and this brother had the opportunity working together at the Houston, Texas on the Battle Red Stampede event staff group. I've talked about it multiple times, so you should be familiar with the group overall, but we definitely going to dive into it. This guy is a freelance videographer. I told him earlier my tongue is not going to act right today. It is Friday. It is 5:30 in Texas right now. He's on the other side of the world, so please bear with us. Videographer, cinematographer. Did I get it?
Yo,
Okay. Yeah.
yo,
Yes.
yo,
Yeah.
yo.
Yes. Got it. Cinema. I'm gonna stop while I'm ahead. I'm not even gonna try to repeat it. I won. I got the shot off. It's all good. Well, welcome to the stage, Mr. Sterling Carter. What's up, my friend?
Yo, what's up, bro? Happy to be here, man. Oh man, it's
Absolutely.
been a minute.
Yes, it has been a minute, bro. I was like, man, I follow you on. I follow people on Instagram, and I feel like if they're posting consistently, they're doing stuff. Especially if you work in the entertainment industry and you post and work. I look at that as you're doing fine. But I didn't realize my brother not even in Houston no more. He on the other side of the world.
I'm in Ohio, bro. I'm in all the way in Columbus, Ohio, man.
Man, are you
Yeah.
initially from that area?
No, I'm from the H
From
town I'm talking
H,
about. Yeah,
man,
from
absolutely.
Southwest, from
What?
SWAT.
You from the SWAT?
Yeah, bro. A-Leaf, Southwest,
A-Leaf, my
Texas.
man. Are you
Then I went
familiar?
to a public. Then I went to a private school, but it don't matter. I was born there. You feel me?
I feel you, man. It is completely fine. I continuously rep Missouri City. I am from Missouri City, born and raised. You can't tell me anything. My mom moved us to the Sugarland A-Leaf area in middle school because she didn't want me going to Willow Ridge and stuff like that. So just if you're familiar with those types of areas in that environment, you get what I mean. So hey, you gotta do what's best for your kids and your family, bro.
Yeah, bro. I feel
Absolutely.
like I have a similar story. Like that's one of the reasons my mom wanted me to go to this private school, straight Jesuit. That's where I went to high school.
Okay.
Because the environment, or at least my middle school, we didn't. I didn't have books. I didn't take
Really?
books home. We didn't have homework. So as a kid, I'm like, oh, this is lit. But as a mom, as a parent, they're like, nah. How's my son supposed to learn? So I mean, I'm not the only story of other parents or other kids or other friends that I know whose parents did what they had to do to try to get them in a better school district or a different school. And I mean, that's a deeper story, but it's just unfortunate that it has to be that way. But no, so I totally get it, bro.
Yeah.
And we played with, I don't know if we played Real Ridge, but we definitely played a lot of those schools like Stephen F. Austin. We played Hightower. Did we play
Yeah,
Hightower? Don't
Hightower,
remember.
bro. That's one
Yeah.
of those. Those are kind of one of those regrets for me because I went to Fort Bend Bush. No disrespect to Bush. Definitely in a very
Bro, I stayed
diverse.
right across the street from Bush, by the way. I
Really?
stayed at West Oaks. That's where my house at.
Yo,
Back in the
wow.
'80s.
Yeah, bro.
Small world. Yeah, bro.
Yes,
I could walk to Bush, bro. I'm right, that subdivision right across the street. That's
yeah.
where when I did move to Houston, or I moved back to Houston, that's where we stayed at.
Absolutely, man. That area just very diverse. A lot of black people, a lot of Middle Eastern people, a lot of African
It's
people, man.
a lot of
That's
Hispanic too.
a lot of Hispanic people, bro.
Yeah.
But no, don't get me wrong, bro. I am completely shocked. I didn't marry an African woman. Like, not there was a lot of Nigerian women in that area. I was just like, I don't know. I see curves. I see accents, and I don't know how to act. I don't. I'll pretend I get the
Hey,
accent too, and they parents don't play. They do not play, bro.
oh, as far as the education, oh
Mm-hmm.
man, a lot of they that's they take serious for sure.
Absolutely. Why do you want to date my daughter? I'm like, sir, I don't. I
Hey, I'm gonna let you.
I was like, what are your grade? What's your GPA? I don't know. I just,
Hey, don't ask me what my GPA is because
man,
I got through. You know what I'm
hey,
saying? I
that's
got
all that
through.
matters. That all that
Are you
matters, man.
you have okay? So we're kind of getting reacquainted right now because
Hmm.
I only really knew you from the Texans,
Hmm.
and really we just started kind of touching base again.
Yeah,
So do you have a significant other?
yeah. I'm married, bro. I'm married. I
Okay,
am tied
okay,
down.
my bad. Hey, congrats, bro.
Thank you.
I'm trying to be there. I'm trying to get there
Absolutely.
real soon.
Oh, really? Because you have
Yeah,
a young lady, right?
yeah, yeah. My little shorty, man. Love her to death. That's my
Absolutely,
baby,
man.
man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Marriage is great. And actually, me and my wife met at Fort Bend Bush. So if I never went to Bush, I never moved, I would never met my wife. So we were high
There
school
you go,
sweethearts.
man. See, look how all that works. Look at God.
Yeah,
Look at God.
bruh. God has been acting a fool in my life, bro. Like he been just throwing the blessings, bro. Hail Marys all day, bro.
Listen, bro, on that Joe Montana, for real, for real.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. So like Bush, that so it's funny to know that we actually have a lot more parallels than we thought,
Hmm.
especially that Bush connection and then Texans, bro. That was an interesting time in my life.
Yeah, man. Well,
You,
let's get started right there, man. So,
yeah.
how did you get the opportunity to work with the Houston Texans?
All right. So I right around the time I was getting ready to graduate, 2013,
Where are you
I
graduating from?
found University of North Texas.
Okay.
So I graduated with a bachelor's in radio, television, and film,
Cool.
and a minor in communication studies. And I was, and I'm not too prideful to acknowledge it, but back then, 23-year-old me, I was chilling. I was big chilling, and I found that right when we were getting ready to graduate, I didn't have anything locked down. Like I didn't have a job, and a lot of my peers, especially in my industry, were working. They were working in smaller markets like Wichita Falls, or they
Hmm.
were doing editing for Fox Sports. They had done internships. When it was all said and done, I'm like, I don't. What am I doing? And I was one of those that said, I'm not gonna move back home. I'm trying to be independent. And when it was all said and done, I didn't have enough to pay for my apartment back in Denton, Texas.
Hmm.
So I decided to move back home. And when I was moving back home, first couple weeks, I think I was just doing nothing. And I was like, I can't just sit around and do nothing. It's different. It's a different dynamic when you move back home.
Hmm.
I didn't have all that freedom I had when I was in my apartment in college, and I was also dealing with some self-doubt of feeling like I failed because like my mom and a lot of my other friends, they like I said, I knew people who was out there getting it, hustling, like soon as they had jobs lined up. Um, so I think I went on a random job posting. I went to a random job posting and I saw the Battle Red, and I am a big Texans fan. It's a love hate relationship right now. We don't got to get into that,
Yeah, yeah.
but back then I was repping the Texans. I repped anything Houston, H Town. So I said I don't have anything else to do. I would love to work for the football organization, and in the back of my mind, I was like, this could be a way for me to get in because I had just started. When I graduated from college, my study was in broadcasting, so I was doing news. I was doing a lot of sports, so I had said, yeah, I'm gonna just use this as a way to put my feet wet, and I'm gonna just maneuver my way through the organization to eventually be one of their broadcasters. Funny enough, a guy that went to my school, went to my alumni high school, actually works for the Texans. I don't know if he still does, but he was one of their newscasters. I think it was Doherty. I don't remember his last name, but I'll
Drew,
figure it out.
Drew
Drew,
Doherty.
yeah, Drew,
Oh
yep, Drew.
wow,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. He went to Strake too. He went to Strake.
Oh nice, man. Yeah, big fan of
So
Drew,
yeah,
bro.
yeah. Drew was cool as heck. So
Mm.
they had like a hiring event, and I remember I went, And I think they gave you a tour of the
Mm-hmm.
facilities, and they gotta let you know, well, yeah, this is a great opportunity, but you only get minimum wage. And I was like, that's fine. And I think I ended up meeting Mateo. You remember
Mm-hmm.
Mateo?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Mateo was cool, and I met Heather Switzer. No, not Heather. Sorry, that's another job. So I was working also at the same time. I was working for Apple. So
Okay.
at this point, so let me like break it down because I'm very long-winded. So
Okay.
when it was all said and done, I was just looking for an opportunity to not be at home and to add more skill sets to my resume
Yeah.
because I didn't have that many jobs. So uh then I became part of Battle Red, and I got a chance to really see a different side of not only the industry but the importance of work ethic, the importance of hard work, and knowing how to make the best of any opportunity that's presented to you. Um,
Mm-hmm.
this was also a very interesting time because I was also starting to figure out or trying to figure out who it is that I wanted to be.
Yeah.
What am I doing in my life? What's I was currently in a relationship with someone who think I had just proposed to. So no. I was wanting to propose to. So I was trying to figure out what it is I want to do in my life. I wasn't nowhere anywhere near where I'm at now in my business. Back then I was just freelancing, doing whatever I could, doing jobs for like $50, working retail at Apple, and then at Sunday mornings at 3 a.m, driving up to the stadium, getting
Oh,
ready for
yeah.
Sundays, getting ready for the NFL experience. And that's when we met. Like, I got real cool with a guy named Gennaro,
Oh.
Sarah, a bunch of people there. Yeah. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but as you know, man, that was kind of short lived. But
Yeah.
because I ended up getting an opportunity to go back to Dallas for an internship. We
Okay.
can get into that, but yeah, Texans. That's still always a very interesting time in my life, and I think that really kind of set the tone for the work ethic that I have today. If I can keep it a buck.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. It's a very similar story to yours, man. I didn't have nothing locked down in college, but I pretty much was slinging my resumes out. And I went to school in West Texas, so it wasn't that many opportunities. So I understand you being a Denton, not that many opportunities in that space, especially when you
Yep.
come from a big city. So, but yeah, I absolutely get it, man. But the fact that you got the lesson, you learned the lesson in that space and took away, yeah, it's entry level, part-time, minimum wage, but there's just so much knowledge you can gain from a season by putting in the work. So yeah,
Yeah.
man, definitely. And even in that short time, bro, you was one of those people I remember, I recognized. I'm like, oh yeah, Sterling. I thought you've been there for like years, bro. I didn't realize you didn't.
I was there for like a hot second,
But
but I mean
that's
for a
how.
season. I think I was there for a season.
Yeah, I'm looking at your thing. It only said one season, but I feel like you've been there for multiple seasons. Like, where my boy Sterling? He probably somewhere around working, but that's how
Man,
big an impact you made, bro. That's the
man,
personality and what you did.
man, I thank you for that, bro. I'm also personally learning how to accept, to receive positive words of affirmation and feedback. Uh, yeah, but no, I didn't know I made that impact. Honestly, like I
Yeah,
still keep in touch with um one of the guys who I went into the hiring um event with. His name is Kevin Rawls, and
that's
Kevin, bro.
that's my brother, man. Love
Bro, he
Kevin.
is so cold behind the lens, man. We
Absolutely.
linked up. We linked up a couple years ago and did a shoot together. But I know. So I remember at the time he was like, "Well, if I don't get the Texans, I'm gonna do the Rockets." All right, well, sure, I'm gonna do the Texans. And we was just trying to figure out how he was gonna maneuver it. I mean, we actually like vented to each other about some of the stuff we ain't like, man, we got these long hours, and
Hmm.
but it was like I said, that was an interesting time for me, man. I that was like the last time I think I was really home in Houston for a while.
Yeah,
I haven't really been back home since, unless I'm visiting family.
I
But
understand.
the Texans, I was working, like I said, I was working the Texans, I was working Apple, and I was working another customer service job just to try to have enough money in my pocket because I wanted to still do stuff, but and then yeah, but I was also like, well, I want to be with my girlfriend because she was long distance. So
Yeah.
yeah, when I got opportunity to work to get this paid internship with the
Mhm.
Department of Defense doing sales.
Wait, what?
Um,
The Department
yeah,
of
bro. Let me.
Defense. You talking
So
about the
I
government? The government?
yeah, the government. I've done a
What?
lot of different things, bro. I've worked with entertainment. I've done sales. And in fact, right around that time, 2013, 14, 15, I stopped really doing video altogether and I got into sales.
Okay.
At that time in my life, I was chasing after the money. I wanted to get paid. I didn't when I was in college, or when I moved back and I was trying to make it work with my girlfriend, we were having to go to the food bank. Um, we didn't have a lot of money. We was trying to we was just scrapping up change. So I went to this event. It's always this event, and I initially went for news, and they had different people from the news station come up and talk to us, and there was a guy that came up in the suited and booted, had an expensive ass watch, and he was like, if y'all look outside at y'all parking lot, y'all gonna see two different types of cars. Y'all gonna see the Hondas, y'all gonna see the BMWs. The Hondas are the people that work on the camera and stuff. If you want to get the BMW, then you need to get in the advertising sales. And I said, you know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get in the advertising sales because I want that money, bro. I wanted to make money. I didn't want to be broke, and I just wanted to be able to. At that time, I wanted to be famous, and I wanted to have a lot of money, and I wanted to just do whatever the heck I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I wanted to just be able to ball out and splurge and buy a bunch of stuff that I didn't need, 24, 25 mind, thinking, yeah, this is what I want to do. This is how I want to do it. So yeah, bro, it's where do we go? Like it's my journey to where I'm at now. It's a lot of
Hey,
it's
yes.
everywhere, bro. Like
Mm-hmm.
we gonna be here for a hot minute.
Hey, bro. No, it's all good, man. That's why I
Yeah,
wanted to talk to you. 'Cause I knew you had a very interesting story. I didn't know you went to go work for the government.
I did.
That's a dope job, bro. I mean, just you saying you work for there. That's my ears perked up. I'm like, you did what now? So that's just
Store.
good experience. It
Yeah,
just
it was. It was
no, go ahead.
no, it was. It was like it was a safety net too. Because I
Mm-hmm.
that was my third internship I did with them. Um and I was able to do it, and I graduated from college. So the plan was, if I work this internship, and this is a lot of internships, they're gonna have something open for me, and I'm gonna just implement myself on in as a permanent staff, and then my money is gonna go up. That was my first experience working corporate.
Yeah.
So I had a chance to work entertainment. I worked retail. I got some funny retail stories. We might have to bring me back. And then I worked corporate government, and I got a chance to see the good and bad of all. But as we know or don't know, it ended up not turning into a full-time thing. I think around that time there were a lot of government cuts. This is 2014.
Okay.
2014, 2015. So that was why I left the Texans, because I was like, well, this is a internship in Dallas. I'm about to be making like 30 an hour, working 40 hours a week. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and jump on that. Yeah,
Mm,
got to. Hey, I'm
okay.
gonna holler at y'all Texans. It was fun. Apple was fun. There's other who was I working with? Xerox. I was working with Xerox. Customer service is
Yeah.
fun. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even like I was there for maybe a week. I was like, y'all gotta pick
Yeah.
up my stuff and move.
I
Yeah.
was I was at I was at a point in my life where I had multiple like random jobs that's not even close to being put on my resume. Like worked at Whole Foods. I worked for this government nonprofit organization where I worked for sales. I did that for about 3 months. I'm like, bro, I can't do this anymore. Then UPS. I worked at UPS for 2 days.
Why two though? Why two?
So it was during the holiday season.
Oh
And
no.
I was being a driver's assistant. I went through the interview process. Of course, they give you the shorts and the whole outfit. So I drove. You meet the driver at the store. So you drive, you meet him there at a specific time. Then you hop in his truck, and you go make your deliveries, and he brings you back. So the first day I went to go do it, I thought I was running late or whatever because I got there like 10 minutes or whatever early because I didn't know how it really worked. And I just sat in the parking lot for like 30 minutes. You don't have a phone number. This is like back when you don't, technology. You didn't have phones or nothing crazy like that. So there was
Yep.
no phone number to call. I went in the store and asked, like, hey man, where's the guy? He's like, I don't know. Then I said another 30 minutes later, they called the store and the store guy came out and told me like, oh, he's not coming. So you can go ahead and go home. I'm just like, I just wasted like 2 hours of my day for this to not get paid, and I still didn't get paid. They was like, man, go home, get out of here. Then the next
Time.
day, he came on time, went through the packages, and he can completely tell that I just wasn't into it because I was already irritated from the day before. Bruh, being a UPS driver, man, delivering boxes, especially like in apartments and office buildings, much respect for him, but that's something I couldn't do as a, a full time situation. But no, it was
Yeah.
2 days.
Yeah.
2 days, and I'm out of there.
Hey, respect. I feel you. Respect. And I have a lot of respect for a lot of different industries. It's just not for me, and that's it seemed like that's what it was. Hey, at the end, it's not for me. It's cool. It's
Absolutely.
fine,
Same. Even I worked in the hotel industry for a little bit, and I thought I was going. I initially took the job because they were trying to train me to move me into the sales space because sales and events was like one and the same. Because I wanted to do events, and I had the experience to do it. When it came down to it, the general manager left, and no, we had two general managers left within like 6 months, and we had this new person I just really didn't like. So I put in all that work for the last year, and it's time to have those conversations about me transitioning. And now we have this new person who doesn't know who I am, and they just didn't feel comfortable making that decision. So I had to. It's understandable. I get it, but and then they was like, "Oh, you continue doing customer service." I'm not that person. I don't like this space. I don't like, especially I was in the Galleria area too. They're like people,
Oh, bro. Ooh.
bruh,
Ooh.
bruh.
I don't even shop at the Galleria like that. I go in every now and then if I got
Man,
like a friend coming to town and they want to see. I want to see the Galleria. You sure? Because I don't like driving up in there.
no, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
I got a cousin. He always want to do happy hour at some what restaurant is that? It's a reverse happy hour spot that's right that's in the Galleria. He always every time I come into town, he always want to go there. But it'd be a hassle trying to get there,
bro,
bro.
just the
It's a
like
hassle,
the Galleria is not a run into, run outs type of spot. That's taking up your entire afternoon. Just to find a parking spot is gonna take you about 10-15 minutes, and to
bro.
get
Sometimes
out.
even more than the time.
Oh, it's been a while since you've been in Houston, so this is news now.
Yeah.
So where the Galleria is, so West Thomas 610, the exit
Mhm.
59,
Yep.
they're turning all of that off. They're shutting it down until 2022 because they're working on it. So you thought the traffic was bad already. I was like, bro, I'm so blessed I don't have to work
That
in the area.
I remember having it. I never listen. I lived by Bush, so I would take the West Park Toll Road everywhere. And if I had to, and I did everything I could to avoid 610. I did not like, and I tried everything I could to avoid 59. But I think there's a part, at least when I was there was a part on West Park that it eventually ends, and then you, what does
Have to
it
get
turn
on the
into?
feeder.
Yeah. Then you gotta get on the feeder, and I think if you keep driving, yeah, those were what was it, 59 South? Yeah. Oh my gosh, I don't even remember them highways no more. I know so much has changed because now
Bro.
90 or 99 is like a whole thing, isn't it? Or 90
Uh,
US over
99 is Grand Parkway. Yeah, they completely
Grand
redid it.
Parkway,
Yeah, they completely
dude.
redid it. It's
Yeah.
a tollway now.
Oh my gosh, yeah, bro. See, I don't. That's how long it's been. I
Yeah,
don't think I've been home since 2000, since before COVID, bro.
bro. One thing that hasn't changed. Nobody still goes in West Oaks Mall. West Oaks Mall is dead. It is completely dead.
Oh no! I
It's
go to the last time I go to the Applebee's across the street, but
closed.
I don't
It's
go to the
closed.
West Oaks
It's gone.
or the movie. Oh, it's gone.
Applebee's, yeah, they gone. They closed. They didn't make it during the COVID. Yeah, they didn't make
Oh,
it.
dang. What about that movie theater?
That Edwards. What is it still
Yeah,
Edwards? I think it's still there, but I mean, I haven't been over there since I had to pick up a pair of shoes that I won from the champs in the store. It was Oaks. I was surprised. I don't remember even selecting that champs. I was just like, wait, what? West Oaks? Is somebody in there? But hey, they
bro.
had.
They
And
still.
I called you. They had plenty of pairs. So I'm like, that's gonna be my go-to spot moving forward.
Listen, I feel like it's a hidden gem. Now I feel like
Mm-mm.
maybe more people than caught on, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'll be
Just
like, hey,
speaking of shoes, I wanted to talk to you about
yeah,
this. I
let's go.
feel I feel the well. First of all, appreciate you. My boy Sterling helped me out a lot getting into shoes, man. That's another thing we got connected because I was I've always been into shoes, but I didn't really start purchasing shoes until like 2019. My one big purchase was the Jordan 11 breads. That's what really started it. I was like, oh, those are my grails. I gotta have those. I've always wanted those as a kid. Gotta get they
Yeah,
iconic. You
you
can't.
got to get the breads. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm chilling on it. My girl listening. I'm chilling on it because I went crazy last year on these shoes, bro. I
Mhm.
was PUA balling, bro. I'm not afraid to admit it. I was PUA balling. I actually was getting a lot of work. I had a lot of work right before everything shut down, so I
Mhm.
was like, let me go ahead and honestly, I here's where it was. I didn't know I got you in the shoes. I thought you was doing it before. I
No.
do
You
know that
didn't. You didn't get me into shoes. You got me into these
those
Facebook
groups,
groups. Yeah, I didn't have
yo,
access
that's
to those
where it's
groups.
at.
Yeah.
That's where it's at, bro. Like with anything, I correlate it to how I've networked and maneuvered in my career.
Mhm.
It's really having the conversations and getting to know people.
Mhm.
A lot of jobs or a lot of gigs that I've gotten and other people who I've worked with, it's based off of the word of others or
Mhm.
networking.
Right.
And when I was grinding out, like I did do a little bit of videos and didn't. When I moved to Houston, stopped, and then when I uh, ended up in Columbus, I just started out just doing every little thing that I could, trying to network, trying to talk to people, and it was because I was finding myself like, not that there was gatekeeping in this industry in entertainment, but I mean there is a little bit, there's a lot of gatekeeping, and it
Mhm.
is a lot of it is based on not necessarily from a malicious standpoint of do I know you, but I want to work with someone, I want to give an opportunity, I want to trust this money that I'm investing with someone who I know is going to be solid, someone who I
Mhm.
can trust, someone who I know is going to get the work done. And when it came to shoes, I was like, I'm tired of missing on sneakers.
Mhm.
And I'm not trying to pay to all this resale. Like, you're gonna pay a little bit now, but the way that the sneaker game is. So I was like, bro, I'm gonna figure out. I did Facebook groups back in 2013, and
Mhm.
I got scammed a couple times, and I was like, never
Oh.
again. Yeah, bro,
Wow.
I got scammed back when I was new to it. I was trying to when I first started trying to get in the shoes, and this time around I was like, I'm gonna be smarter, but I'm also just gonna be like more meticulous about the groups that I'm in, because the people in those groups, bro, they the ones that be hooking each other up.
Oh yeah.
They the ones who be looking out for each other. I mean, there's been many times where I've been able to like reach out to folks, and they help me secure a pair, maybe pay a little bit of tax, like a little bit of tax. Because the folks in them groups, the resellers, the people that's on YouTube, they taxing everybody else. Like, they taxing
Oh yeah.
if you're not in those groups. So
Mhm.
and it's been able to help me get some extra cash, and yeah, it kind of helped me rejuvenate. I guess a sneaker. I'm a collector at heart. I collect action figures. I keep
Really?
them in the box. I collect cards. Yeah, actually, I just bought a bunch of these. This is
What?
Griffey.
Uh, nice.
I just bought a bunch of these, but so I collect stuff, and so I kind of found myself with the shoes.
Mhm.
I wanted to get the shoes that I couldn't get when I was younger.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to get the Space Jams. I wanted to get the Concords.
Mhm.
My mama didn't let me have Jordans, bro.
Oh
I had
no.
T Max. I had AIs.
Mhm.
My mama didn't.
Shacks.
My mama. She was like, all this money? No, you ain't. You gonna wear these K Swiss? You gonna
Oh yeah.
you gonna
I remember
You don't need,
specifically
but
going into a shoe store and I don't remember what exactly I was looking eyeing, but my mom grabbed these New Balances because I wear a size 13. I have wide feet. So majority of the shoes are not made for wide feet people. So I was
mm,
like, I was just excited and just trying to make it work, but she can kind of see my foot bulging from the side. So she was, and the guy was trying to help. Say, oh, you can wear New Balances or whatever, and they were a little cheaper or whatever. But I feel like they were just trying to finesse me to make a better financial decision because I was ready to walk the pain to look fly, man.
things we do, because
Yeah.
I did that back in the when I first started in these shoe groups. Someone was like, "Yeah, it's a size 12, but if you take the insoles out, it fit like a 13." Nah, bro, it don't fit like no 13. It fit like a 12, bro.
Yeah.
I don't. Shout out to New Balance. I've been on a New Balance wave, bro.
Mm-hmm.
They are really comfortable. They are very,
Yes.
very comfortable.
Very, very
I
comfortable.
prefer New Balance. I've actually sold a lot of the J's I did have, and I
Really.
picked up I picked up this year. Last year, I was kind of going off the hype. I'm not even going front. I was going off a hype. I wanted to
That's
get
right.
shoes that everyone liked. This year, I reeled it back a little bit, being a little bit more financially uh, responsible.
Yep.
And there's a couple shoes that I want to get for collector reasons. There's a couple shoes I want to get because I want to, beat them up. And then there's some shoes I want to get, because I like them. And I found I've really gravitated towards New Balances. Right now, I I think I have like,
Sorry. Good.
no, you good. Um, but shoes though, bro, like how you feel about how the shoe game is right now, man? Like,
I am definitely sad as somebody who just wants one pair. I am not looking for 12, 15, 13 pair. And it does piss me off when I. But the thing is, I can't hate. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a businessman. So I see the dollar signs
it's a
behind it.
business,
If I
bro.
had the money
Yeah.
to do it and the resources, I'll do the same damn thing. I was like, but let's do it. Have a
Yeah.
team of 15 in the back just hitting it. And just the whole issue with the Nike VP's son owning a
Right.
consignment store. I was just like, that sounds like conflict of interest, but is my mom the VP of Nike? Mm-hmm. Sign me up. Consignment
I
store.
mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm gonna do my best to not speak on something I don't know. It's just from what I've observed, what I see from the outside looking in. I mean, there's a business for everybody involved, whether that's
Yes.
Nike, whether that's the stores, and for these consignment shops. I mean, StockX is booming, bro.
Bruh.
And there's a thing of they call backdoor. Like a lot of
Oh yeah.
pairs get backdoor. Oh yeah, I mean that's that. But think about it this way: maybe hasn't it always been similar to that? But just the methods have changed. Because back in the
Yes.
day, I had a homeboy who used to he'd get 3 or 4 pairs, and he was when I worked at Memorial City Mall. I had a homeboy who he was a phone posit head,
Mm-hmm.
and but also when the shoes came out, he would make sure, like, he would work on Saturdays. He would go line up, buy a couple pairs. Then he would go to another store. He would go to like 3 or 4 other stores,
Mm-hmm.
and he'd have like 10 to 15 pairs in his trunk, and he flip them for those who weren't able to get them.
But he
So
put the work in. He put the
yeah,
work in. He knew what he needed to do. But now everybody wants to do the same thing. And I'm just like, I just want one. I just want
I just
one.
want,
Just
yeah, I feel you. I just want one pair, bro. Like, I don't need, like, I was lining up. I lined up for some shoes for the first time in a very long time. I ended up not hitting, but I don't know if it was more heart. I was going for the Ken Griffey,
mm-hmm.
Jackie Robinson with the 42 on it. So
The blue
the
ones that just
Griffey
came
Air
out.
Max. So they had some all black ones, and it
Okay.
had, instead of 24, it had number 42 on it
Oh
in
wow.
honor of Jackie Robinson, and it
Mm-hmm.
had like a quote of his. So those are extremely limited. But folks was reselling them for like 300, 325, 350. I was like, I'm about to spend that. But um, why it's important to shop local. If you have wherever you at, if there's a local shop, a local business, whether it's whatever you want to get, I always try to shop local. And there's a black owned business in Columbus, Ohio. That's a shoe store. And so what they've done is that they have raffles. do creative raffles. For example, for the Air Max Bacons, they had it to where if you pulled up to this new sandwich shop and you bought a sandwich, you automatically got a ticket to purchase a pair of Air Max Bacons.
Oh, that's
So
pretty cool.
they did another one where if you donated to a foster home or to like a Huckleberry House, which is what they call it up here, then you that got you a bid. Now you didn't that got you a raffle.
Mm-hmm.
And I think from a business standpoint, that's very smart. They're incorporating other businesses, and I knew that I probably wasn't gonna get the raffle, but I was able to support. Um, so they had a first come first serve line for the Jackie Robinsons, and they opened at 11. I'm like, I'm gonna get there at 10, 20. I'm gonna be straight. Don't nobody want these. Nah, bro, there was a line.
Oh.
And what made it more hurtful is that what's starting to happen now is that the people, if they couldn't get their size, and I think it's always been that way, they're basically just trying to get whatever size they could get. And that's literally what happened. There's a guy in front of me and he was like, dang, I ain't got that size no more. What y'all got left? And they're like, oh, we got a 13, we got this and this. Oh, I'll take the 13. A 13. I was like, no, bro, like why? Like, no. So imagine you right when they come out to, I was the first person or the next person to get let inside, and they're like, I'm like, how? And they don't even have that many sizes for us big dudes anyway. It's always tough for us.
Yeah.
We probably get the least amount of pairs in the
Oh yeah.
stores. Yeah, man. They was like, oh, the guy just took the last 13, and I was like, you don't even. I was hating. I was salty because I looked at his feet and I was like, this dude like a size 10 at best. I was like, he don't need no 13. And then he tried to flip. He tried to sell it to me on the spot, and I was like, hey man, I'm good, bro. Like, I'll just get these later. But that's just one of my shoe stories. But yeah, before I keep it going, the
Okay.
shoe groups are dope for me. And side note, let's pause. Do you edit these or do you just let it go through?
Depends. I tried to
Okay.
not edit it, but if I need to, I can.
Okay, my bad. You don't have to edit this part. But yeah, I can go to about I can go past 7:30. So I know we really just talking about whatever.
It's all good.
But I know we about to get to the meat and the potatoes real soon. Um, but there's a parallel. How I with all that said, bro, um, shoes for me was a way for me to kind of continue that hobby of mine of collecting. Like I said, I have a big, huge Deadpool collection. I have a bunch of model figures that I keep in the box or I have on display. I'm starting to recollect my baseball cards. A lot of my collection was messed up and displaced when Hurricane Harvey hit.
Oh, yeah, I'm
My
sorry,
house
man.
was one of the I appreciate it, bro. So but yeah, them shoe groups, man, you really, I mean, it's there's politics, and you get a chance to really kind of see behind the scenes, what's really going on. Um, but I just looked at it like I'm about to do what I need to, so I don't have to pay StockX prices, or so I don't got to pay. Because if you get cool with a couple folks, then they'll look out for you, bro. Like
Mm-hmm.
like I'm in a couple groups now where like there's people out there who'll be like, hey, do you want me to try to hit for you? And they just want you to pay them back. Like if
Yeah.
they hit a size 14, they not asking for, plus 50 or 60. Like, no, just shoot me retail and shipping
Mm-hmm.
and they're
Yeah.
yours, bro. So
Absolutely.
I'm
That's
glad
why
I
I
was
hit
able
you
to.
up. When you hit me up about the I think Carmine's. I think it was the Carmine's or
Yeah,
whatever shoe that was at that Foot Locker. I was just like, bro, you know, resell. Just pay for the shoe, pay for shipping. It's yours. I ain't got. I'm trying to
yeah,
make no money off
appreciate it.
this. Even the
Yeah,
University Blue I told you, I didn't make any profit from that. That was literally you paying for that shoe and my shoe because I hit twice and I wasn't even trying. I went off that champs
man.
reservation and I went off sneakers, bro. I never hit on sneakers.
Hey,
Never.
those are buttery pair.
I know, bro.
They did have some QC issues, like a lot of them did.
Yeah, mine did too. I was just like, what is this
I know
stain? So
I know
yeah.
the Raging Bulls did. I know I've heard some of that about the University Fours. I'm even hearing a little bit about the Bacons. I love my Air Max Bacons, bro, but they came with some flaws on them too.
Yeah,
Um,
that's
I
actually what I
get,
wanted to talk to you about because yes,
yeah,
we love shoes, we get it, and the industry has been very hard to cop on any level, filling out all these raffles, sneakers, etc.
yeah,
How do you feel about replicas?
man, you were grown. I mean, mm. All right, no, I would rock replicas, bro. I would. I don't, but I would. As far as what the next man does, I don't care. My issue comes when people try to sell replicas as the real deal.
Exactly.
Cause now you scamming, now you taking away the integrity. You know what I'm saying? If you tell me it's a replica and then I choose to pay whatever you say you want to charge for it, then that's
Hmm.
on me at the end of the day.
Yes.
But I think with anything, I think the root issue why that irks me is because you're not giving that person a choice
Hmm.
if you sell some and you lying.
Yeah.
So
Agree.
I don't mind. I mean, I think, hey, I get why people got them. I may get some replicas of the Wave Runners or because I'm not trying to pay 500 for some shoes.
Yeah, my brother's
Or
partner has them, and it was at his birthday dinner. It was his birthday dinner, and I looked at him like, "Oh, you got the Wave Runner?" She's like, "Yep," and I just kept looking at him. And at that time, we're there together, so I have time to analyze them. I was like, "I know you wear a 13. Those don't look right." So I'm like, asked him, "Hey, is it a smaller size?" Like, no, 13. It look a little funky. And about 10 minutes later, 10 minutes later, he comes to tell me, "Say, just want to let you know they're fake." Okay, okay, they look good though. If I didn't sit here and analyze them, then you probably would have got away with it. But
right
who's gonna run up on you and be like, "Hey, bro, this is fake." You walk
now,
past people, you get milliseconds.
now it's different now. Back in middle school, high school,
Uh,
things is a lot different because
mhm.
folks is folks is ruthless. I know the kids nowadays, they be scoring. So
Yeah,
I know back in high school, I had a homeboy who used to go to the flea market and he would buy some shoes. He used to go to when he was in college, he used to go to Big T's Bazaar and he would buy some Jordans or some fake Air Forces. And I know that like I guess back then it's definitely frowned upon. Like folks would definitely make fun of you, clown you if you was wearing some fakes. But I know back then the fakes were
yeah,
real easy to distinguish from. Now it's like,
you can't tell.
so is it true that they're made in the same factory? I hear that all the time. Like they're pretty much just made in the same factory or
That's
same
what I'm
groups of
hearing, and
folks.
some people are just because one, they're made in China. They just get that over with. Yes, they're made in China, so they have access to the same material, whatever. But are they the exact same factory that Nike or Adidas produces their stuff in? I can't say that,
Yeah,
but they're damn near close to where the only way you can tell if it's from a black light on the shoebox or on the stamp. If you have to use a black light to see if something's fake, then they
that's too
got you.
much.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm doing too. Yeah, you're doing a lot.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, I don't have no issue with it. I don't have any, but I consider that I may still get it. Just if that's what you do, if that's someone's business, just don't sell them like they're real.
Great.
Because you know a lot of people do, and so that's. I mean, there's a lot of there's a little bit of that in these shoe groups, and they don't
Yeah.
take too kindly to that. They do
Yeah.
not take kindly to that at all.
Yeah. There's no shoe as of right now that I will pay resale for, like resale StockX prices for. I have some grails that I want, like, Yeezy Red Octobers, Off White, Chicago ones, those type of things. But you think my first of all, you think my wife about to go let me spend $2,000, $3,000 on some shoes? Hell no. She's
Oh
like, "You
no,
did
she
what?"
not.
Yeah.
Yeah, just when I tell I be trying to justify it with my girl, like, oh well, hey, I sold these, so I'm buying.
Yo, I have, bruh. That's why I told you.
So
That's why I hooked up with you. Like, hey, I gotta get rid of these shoes. The lady, she not having it. I gotta get them out.
yo,
She said, if you
yo,
tell me to purchase one more shoe on sneakers, enter one more raffle, you still got these shoes from. I'm like, babe, but this is okay.
babe,
I
I
gotta
need
sell
some
the
brown.
shoes.
I don't got no brown. I don't got no brown.
Yeah,
She said
they be
we was gonna get
different.
some. Listen, it nothing worse than when you tell your girl you chilling and then like one day I think 4 boxes pulled up to the crib. One day my girl sent me a screenshot. She sent me a picture
I said, she said,
of the
these
box.
better be for me. These
I
better be
said,
for me.
I be trying to front like, oh, babe, you want some shoes too? I go on Adidas real quick. She don't like Jordan. She like a few Jordans, but she in a now my girl a sneakerhead. She
Really?
an Adidas. She an Adidas
Adidas.
head.
Mm-hmm.
But she's built that over the course of like years. I built mine over the course of like 1 year, so it's a lot different. But yeah, no, this year I've chilled out. A lot of the stuff that I've acquired have been me trading. I'm in a few groups now where like really the whole point of the group is just to, out of privacy you can't. I'll tell you off the
No,
record.
you're fine.
Or actually I'll just invite you to it. Yeah, but there's like tiers and levels to this, bro. Like you got the prestigious groups of all the resellers, all the folks with the business owners, and they be hooking their people up, or like this group I'm in. Literally, the whole point is just to they call it oops. Oh, throw me a oop, throw me a retail steal. So it's like you pay it for it, they'll pay, they're supposed to pay it for it back. So they had someone like maybe for the Reds, 400, 500 you'll pay on StockX. They had someone in there and they was like, yo, just give me like 250 for these. And anyone that sees 250 for some 9 out of 10 11s, oh yeah, I'm gonna jump on that. So it's a lot of shoes you get for retail in these groups. And I did just pick up the Amaneers though. I did pick up the
Yeah,
33 ones.
I saw that, bro.
I had to get I moved some things around to be able to get it. And
in your
and one of
size,
the
right?
yep. So 14 and a half women's, 13 men's. And it actually fits a little bit bigger.
Really?
Because 13s is snug on me, depending on the fit, depending on the shoe. Yeah, no, they fit really nice. Fun fact, did you ever see the Amaneer Jordan video that they did? That was like an ode to mothers. Well, Amaneer put out a video. They put out an ad promoting the shoes, and the people that shot it are a film group out here in Columbus, Ohio. They go by Dreadhead Films. They're super dope. I've actually gotten a chance to work with them before. Nice. And so some of the people that was in the commercial were also people that go to my church. So I was like, oh, I know her. So it was shot in Columbus and in Atlanta. So fun fact. But yeah, I had to get those. But I'm chilling right now. I'm chilling, but I'm looking to pick up the Griffey collaboration. So Griffey has Air Max 90. He has the Air Force ones, and then he got another one that's like a green and gold colorway for the Air Max 90s, and then he also has some Vapor Maxes. So this year, those would be the only ones I'm trying to get, and then I'm gonna just chill. I'm chilling.
Same for me. I know Virgil has a lot of stuff dropping. I'm gonna try to get the Air Forces, but the Air Force, not the Air Force, the Jordan 1 Canaries. I need those in my life, bro. I need them. I've been looking at those shoes for like 3 years. I'm like, bro, if he drops those, I have to have them in my life.
Save up and get them, bro. Get them, bro.
Yeah, and I've been like vetting people. Like my brother helps me with raffles and sneakers accounts. My wife, my mom. I use like 10 different people's phones to try to hit them and stuff. So hopefully,
that's what they do. That's what a lot of people don't know. That's what you do. Like, you have to. That's how a lot of folks be hitting. They just get. I mean, when I was in this line, it was a dude, his girlfriend, and his grandma. Yeah, so they all three came out with some shoes. I'm like, grandma about to wear some Griffies? Nah, she's about to flip them.
Yeah. And I always tell my brother, like, if you win, and I don't go for like every drop, but if it's like a Off-White or Travis Scott, I say I'll break you off a piece. I'll give you half if you're able to get my size, and if I get multiple ones, you can keep the profit of that, or If you don't able to get the size, you get a percentage or whatever. I try to take care of the people that help me out in that way.
That's what it's about, bro. Take care of people, man. They'll take care of you.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big thing. I mean, let's if you even if you want to segue, bro, just if we not talking about shoes, just looking out for people, showing your appreciation. I mean, I know if you were to come to me and you just offering, hey man, like that would make me feel appreciated. Like okay, my time is I'm using my time to try to help you
Mm-hmm.
get some stuff that I don't want, and I'm using my money. So the fact that you're looking out for me, like the fact that you're considerate in that regard, yeah, man, I that goes a long way, for sure. Just
Absolutely.
in anything, though,
Absolutely,
just showing
man.
you appreciate people.
Yeah, we getting towards the end. We still haven't jumped into the videographer stuff, so I definitely want to touch base on that before we hop off today. So tell me a little bit about your freelance work.
All right, bet. So I'm a commercial. I work a lot in commercial video production. I work with nonprofits, small businesses,
Mm-hmm.
and that's and I'm as of maybe the last couple years, I'm now an aspiring documentarian.
Oh wow.
So that's where the cinematographer piece comes in. Uh, I've found that there's a I'm still learning what my demographic would be, but I found a nice niche in making promotional videos for businesses, small businesses. I work with all demographics, but as of recent, a lot of my work has been for my people, with my people,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, my ultimate goal, and this is something that I said even when I was in college. I noticed a lot how the media portrayed Black people, how it portrayed minorities.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you look at historically classical Hollywood narrative, there's these tropes um, that are always attached or associated with you know anyone that's not white in a sense. So think about how black and brown people are all usually always seen as the villain. Think about when 9/11 happened. Almost everything that came out put folks, put Indians in a negative light. Asians are usually, martial artists, or they're the bad guy. Black people are usually thugs, gangsters. And so I understood how powerful representation, or how a narrative can be formed based on what's shown, what's pushed to the people when it comes, visually, how we soak it up. So any and every video I do, I always want to show the good. I always want to, and I want to do everything I can to deconstruct the preconceived notions that are on Black people. Um, be it in college, I also did theater. So I personally experienced it with the roles that I would get selected for. And, I'm not saying I was some Denzel or some prestigious thespian, but I felt like I had a little skills, or at least wanted the opportunity to expand. And so I was always either, thug, or always trying to play, a gangster. And uh, that's not me. And there's more to it. So any right now in Columbus, Ohio, there is a big stigma with what's going on in the community, and then it's like that. I think it's widespread of what's going on in the community, why the community is. I mean, last year it was very turbulent with the protests. So like I said, to every video that I try to do from here on out is to show, to be transparent, to show what's true, but to show the actual truth. Sometimes, a lot of times, the news only portrays the negative. The news only shows the bad, but they overlook. Personal example: I did a video for an organization, and it was in a neighborhood that is known to have a lot of crime. This was like a block party for that my church had put on, and when I tell you, like, it was nothing but love. People who lived in that community, people who lived in that area came, and we was people. It was kids, people from all different walks of life, and there was no issues. It was all love.
Oh
People,
yeah.
they had food trucks out there, and so I was glad that I got a chance to capture that. But there were a lot of people who were very sad because they were like, even though we did this, the news isn't going to report this.
Oh, of
And
course.
literally that same night, there was maybe like a 30-second spot on that event, but there was like a 2-minute spot about the crime that was going on in that same area. So maybe it's just my own way of fighting. Maybe it's my own way of my own form of protest. Um, and like I said, that I think I've always kind of had that in the back of my mind, of, you know, anything I did to show positive representation. But as within the last 2-3 years, you know, based on the personal things I've experienced and what I've been seeing going on in the news and the media, um, it's that's a big goal of mine in any and everything I do, with when it comes to video work. So
Absolutely.
that's my little spiel. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I think that's a great thing, man. You talk about representation. Going back in the day of, when you look at movies and stuff, going back to young Eddie Murphy, he was definitely a great platform to look at when it came to the diversity he had in regards to the roles that he put out. Just Coming to America, just one to think about. Just That's an amazing movie. Still funny. Coming to America too. Not it, but still, we still got the first one. We still got the first one.
You know what? I actually like the second one, bro. Right?
What?
I like the
What?
second one, bro. I
Oh,
like it.
okay.
Okay, I'm coming. I look at movies from, so how I sometimes judge movies based on if it's something that I could do. Because I am behind the camera. So when I look at a movie, I'm looking at like, oh, how was the cinematography here? How was the lighting here? Um, so there's been movies I've seen where the acting was really bad, but you could tell that the production crew did a really good job. Um, and I also do a lot of research. I like to know what goes into making these movies. So I learned that, and I'm biased. I love Eddie Murphy, so I want to see him win. I love the fact that Eddie Murphy has always not only been diverse in his roles, but he's always provided opportunities for
Oh yeah.
multiple Black people. Like, he's put so many people on.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked at, maybe that's what he was trying to do here. It wasn't trash to me, but I definitely see why people don't like it. I definitely see why people don't like it. I
Okay.
I
Let
think
me say
because of my
this.
bias.
Let me say
Yeah.
this. If this was the third Coming to America, fine, I can accept
Okay.
it.
Okay.
But
That's fair.
this
That's
is
totally
two.
fair.
This is
Yeah.
number two. We
Um,
waiting for so long.
I try to give them the benefit of the doubt and be like, because I've noticed that, I don't know, maybe if it's the pandemic, but there hasn't been as many like, oh my gosh, movies that's come out. And I don't know if maybe the pandemic played a factor as far as
Yeah, of
like
course.
what they're able to shoot, having to adapt things to be able to edit. But I did find out that Coming to America was shot in 2019,
Yeah.
December 2019. That's when most of the shooting began. And then I think because what COVID, everything shut down in 2020, right?
Yeah, about
March.
February, March. Yeah.
Gosh, bro, what the heck?
I know.
What is life, right?
Yeah.
But so they shot that in late 2019. I don't know if they had to, and also keep in mind that, okay, what was their budget, or what
Yeah.
was, look about it this way. I try to look at movies on what the director's intentions were.
Mm-hmm.
And I judge a movie based on if the director was accomplished effectively the story that they were trying to tell.
Okay.
I do think that sometimes we go into a movie with our own expectations instead of
Yeah.
going off of what the director or what the crew wanted. And when those expectations aren't met, now granted, I knew how I wanted the second Coming to America to be, because the first one is just a classic. The first one, they had a lot to build on. And I think where the second one fell short is that they had a lot of great ideas, but the execution, so you had a star-studded cast, and I saw what they're trying to do with the dynamic between, like patriarchy, misogyny, all that. And then from a cultural standpoint, there are some things. I mean, I saw what they were trying to do with it, but there was some, yeah. we would just leave it at that. But
Absolutely. Me, yes, they tried to get a lot of stars in there. I think it was too many stars, and also too many callbacks to the first movie. I watched the first movie. You don't have to put that
I've
in
seen
here.
it. Yeah,
You don't have to put scenes from it in there. Like you're in your own lane. You are creating a new story, and I think if they would have done a great enough job, that we could have a Coming to America 3. Because I want to see the kid. I don't remember the guy's name, but I want to see the story
talking about
after.
the
That
son,
could have
right?
been the
Or
next
the
one. And
daughters.
yeah, the
Okay.
daughters and the kid and how they adapted, and Eddie could have been passing in that same. It could have been done in a different way to where it could have been some type of future for the franchise.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I yeah. The most recent movie I watched though. By the way, I watched A Quiet Place too.
Don't tell me about it. Don't tell me about it.
I'm not, but it's
Yeah.
Mr. Krasinski did his thing to go from The Office. That's one of the few time that's a sequel that lives up to the first one.
Really? Okay.
So yeah,
I'm
yeah.
actually going to the movies to watch that. I might go this weekend. I'm like I kind of miss
It's
the
really good.
smell, the environment, the loudness, and of course I can watch it on my TV here. But I was like, I just miss that movie theater environment, and I guess a
I
lot
do
of people
too.
are feeling that way. That's why AMC stock flew up like three hundred
Sure.
percent. I
It
was so
did.
mad, and I had an
Now
opportunity to purchase them. I
I
did.
I did I did a lot of stocks late last year, earlier this year.
Hmm.
But because I didn't really know what I was doing, I decided to do more research and then reinvest once I had enough, financial capital. Uh,
Understood.
but yeah, no, I saw that it jumped up. I personally am here for being in this pandemic. I got used to like not being out all the time. I'm
Oh
a
yeah.
extra I'm a is it called a introverted
Into.
extrovert?
You're an introvert.
So when you knew me at Texans, I was definitely goofy. I was definitely very you saw me. A lot of that was me trying to overcompensate. I'm gonna keep it real.
Hmm.
I prefer to just be chill. I prefer to be like like back then I wanted to be in front of the screen. I wanted to be famous. I wanted all the accolades. Uh, the things that's transpired in my life, what led me on my journey to get to Columbus, I now just want to be able to live comfortable. I want to make sure my family is good, my friends is good, and I just want to be a better me, not only physically, emotionally, spiritually, but in my career.
Hmm.
There's a piece that I was trying to find. So right when so I moved. So let me break it down. Like, bro, I got time, bro. I got another 20 minutes. Um, I don't know if folks will want to. Yeah, I don't. It's gonna be a long one, and I'm here for a two-parter because this is like a family reunion for us.
Let's got it.
Um,
We'll cap it at 10 minutes
okay,
from now, and I'll just set a
okay,
timer so it won't be too long for the
okay,
folks.
okay, cool. But I definitely want to come back though, man.
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
'Cause I know, at least for me, this was like I said, you and I were I don't know if we bonded because it was not a lot of there was quite a few of us
Hmm.
brothers.
Hmm.
But you and I kind of clicked. I think we clicked because we was both big.
Probably.
I always click with my fellow big boy. Like any other big dudes. What's good, bro? You what's good, man?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
um and then I also clicked with you because like when we used to put stuff up for NFL experience, like folks just trying to make it a contest. I'm like, I'm not about to carry all this heavy stuff, bro. Like I'm not about to.
I'm
Yeah, like
just.
I know I'm 6'2" and stuff. I'm not about to do all that. Like I want to keep my body, but
Mhm.
let me circle it back. So when I moved to Dallas, and I moved back to Houston, I ended up um, getting an opportunity to work for sales for AT&T. That's where AT&T came in. They do the development program, so you learn a lot. You learn a lot about the ins and outs of the program. You learn how to sell their products to businesses and corporations. And it's a 6 month. It's about 6 to 8 month program. I think when I did it was 6 months, and so um, so after I got hired for that, I moved to Atlanta. And but right when I was going on, I just found out my dad had stage 4.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
So literally, yeah. So at that point, I wanted to work for AT&T because I'm like, I'm getting a way more money than I've ever gotten. Like, this is a lot of money, and the salary it's a bi-weekly, but I'm also getting I'm getting paid twice a month, but I'm also getting commission. So I'm like, yeah, this is it. But while that was going on, man, I was dealing with a lot internally because my girl and I, my ex-fiance and I just broke up. And basically my dad was basically on his last leg. So when February 14th is when my dad passed.
Mm-hmm.
I was about a couple weeks done from finishing the program. Literally a week after I buried my dad, I moved to Ohio.
Wow.
And so my first 2 years in Columbus, Ohio, I didn't really do videos, bro. I didn't do any. I didn't want to. I didn't want to go back. That's one of the reasons why I didn't want to go back home. I couldn't stand being around. For the first time in a long time, I got a chance to see what it was like to have a family. My dad was in the picture, but they weren't together. And literally right before he passed, like, my dad did a complete 180. He was in the Lord, and my mom and dad were actually talking about getting back together, being there for my
Oh,
little sister. So to this day, I'm glad that we took family pictures, because I think those are the only family pictures that we had taken in a very long time. But I was going through so much 2016, 2017, 2018. I was grieving the loss of my dad, grieving the loss of a relationship, and grieving the fact that I felt like I was a failure. I felt like I was trying to do video work, but I didn't understand the business acumen. I didn't understand having contracts. I didn't understand my worth. I didn't understand my value. So I was getting like played, used. I was doing work for folks and not getting money, and I was struggling. And then also, I didn't like where I worked. I got in a car accident. It was just a lot of drama,
oh wow.
and I realized that, like, when life is too short, and that if I'm gonna live on this life, then I can't live on this. I can't be on this earth just doing stuff for money, because I knew a lot of. It brought me back to one time when I went to I don't know if it was the Galleria or if it was what's that area in Houston? It's not called Oak, but it's where a lot of it's where a lot of people, it's a lot of rich people go over there. It's like near
River
Rice.
Oaks.
River Oaks.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I was just chilling in a parking lot for like 20 minutes, and everyone I saw walking by and driving by had bags and had a lot of money. But there was one particular person, and you could just see it on his face. He looked depressed. And then I started seeing more and more people walking by, driving by, just looking depressed, mad, it brought me back to that situation of like, money is not going to be the root of my happiness. If I'm a struggle, I need to struggle doing something I'm passionate about, which is this video work. Um, I met somebody, and I had told them, like, I got all this stuff going on. I can't do it. I'm limited by my equipment. I'm limited by everything that's going on. And he shared with me, no, you're not limited by your equipment. You're limited by your mind. That was 2008. That was 2017. 2018, I got fired from AT&T. Maybe one day we'll get into that, but I got fired. So I got like all these entrepreneurs who be like, yeah, quit your job and all. Like, bro, no, like, fine. Make sure you have a safety net if you can. I was forced into entrepreneurship. I did not jump. No, because there's a lot of different factors that go into how people are able to do the things you do. Don't let these Instagram entrepreneurs have you ruining your life because you're trying to play this facade. Listen, you are good where you at. If you want to be an entrepreneur, it's not for everybody. If you want to work a 9 to 5, that's your business, that's your prerogative. If you want to be an entrepreneur, that's your business. Just know it's going to take work. It's going to grind. As we wrap up these last 3 minutes, man, I'm not really.
Oh, you're
I'm
fine.
still. I'm personally still figuring out where it is I want to go. But I'm also learning to be okay with the journey and discovering where it is I want to go.
Exactly.
There's a book I've read called Still Like an Artist. Like, there are a lot of folks that I love watching. I love Fuqua. I love Spike. I love Singleton. I love, like, there's a lot of directors I can't name, but I could name the movies. I love Driver. I love, like, who I'm watching a lot right now is Steve McQueen. I just love his simplicity. I love his style. I believe he did 12 Years a Slave. I love Ava. I love Issa Rae. I think my favorite movie when it comes to the cinematography is what's that damn movie? It got Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga. They got Tell Me Something. That's
I know what you're talking about. But I can't think of the name of it right now.
I can't think of it either, man. But that's one of my favorite movies. If you ever watch it again, the lighting is also a big component of the story. If you remember, like, there was anytime Lady Gaga was in the scene, it was more of a cyan, a blue, and when Bradley Cooper was like in the scene, it was more like a red. It was like a red hue. Anyways, say all that to say, entrepreneurship to me has been a journey. It's been a journey for me figuring out what it is that I like, who I am, who is Sterling Carter, what is my style, what's my aesthetic, what's my demographic. I spent maybe the last couple years, I was trying to compare. I was comparing. I was mad, frustrated. I wasn't where I thought I needed to be. When at the end of the day, I'm where I'm supposed to be. Like, God has me where I'm at this point in time. Everything that happened is the way it was supposed to, the way it was always going to. Be okay with where you're at, but don't be okay with settling in mediocrity. But as long as you can be a better person, as long as you can find some way to grow in your craft, to grow, like, even with you and your podcast, bro, never be the same person, never be the same Q that you was at the Texans that you was yesterday. And just go, and I'm really just kind of going along with the ride. I'm right now, I'm looking at getting a team, because as an entrepreneur, you got to do everything by yourself. And you accounting, you you are also the salesman, you are also the talent. You got to do the contracts, you legal, you HR, you all that. So but I have a great team. I have learned, it's been a humbling experience for me, because pride was a big factor on why I didn't want to ask for help. And now I'm like, I gotta have help. Like, the goal isn't to work hard in this business, but to be able to work smart in my business, but I have, if you go on my Instagram, you're gonna see I ain't posted in a very long time, and I like that. I don't like people knowing where I'm at. I don't like people knowing what I'm doing. I want my peace. It's and it could be because there's a piece that I didn't have for a very long time. Like, I'm gonna keep it real. Now I'm still working. I'm not putting my work out. Other people is. So I'm blessed where I'm at now. Now, when I first started, no, I didn't. I was posting every day. I was posting every day. I was promoting myself. I was passing out business cards. Like, I was doing all that. I was going to 3 events a day. I was turning projects around the next day. I was networking. I was sending out emails. I was doing cold calls. I was posting every day. I'm blessed to be in a position where I don't have to post every day anymore, because I kind of let other people post for me. Like, I'll may if I share something, it'll be from someone else's page. But I also think I'm in the transition phase in my life and in my business. So I think once I figure that out, then I'll start posting more. But I'm enjoying this piece of not having to post every day. I don't. I got a website. I do have a way to get in contact with me. Like I do have, you know, I do have references. I have a YouTube page. I have all the things that I need to have a professional presence. But my clientele, my demographic, has so far hasn't required me to use Instagram a lot.
Yeah.
I still reference it, but there's just a piece that comes with it, bro. I don't like a lot of people having access to me. I struggle with it. I struggle, bro. Like I used to have folks say, you gotta be posting your behind the scenes. I don't want people to know what I'm doing, bro. Like
Yeah.
until I
Just see
do
the
it.
work. Yeah, just see the work.
Like until I like once I but yeah, I'm working on 2 documentaries. One is no 3. One is for Ohio Wesleyan University, and it's all art based. One is with, once I get the contract, I could tell you, but it's with um, a recognizable organization, and then I'm doing one for the city of Columbus. Mini docs, like 2. I call them mini documentaries because that's my style, and that's what. After I put out my documentary last year, about the protest and how Black women are using their gifts as a unique form of protest, it really opened up the floodgates of just people pouring out. So if I did have any advice, I know you didn't ask, but if I did have any
There you go.
advice for anyone who's trying to maneuver, trying to figure out what it is they want to do, your gut, like your instincts, your intuition, you gotta trust that. You gotta lean in on that. But there's also going to be some time where you really you gotta really reflect on what it is that you want to do, and if it is something that you want to do. And then when you find something that you're good at, hone in on that while also making sure that you take time to explore and expand into stuff that maybe not in your comfort zone. If you and also protect yourself, protect your business, protect your entity. What that means is paperwork, contracts. If you don't understand how the business works, and I'm not saying I do, but I can't speak to it, but I understand it. You gotta know, you gotta make sure. I've seen too many creatives who are dope, but they don't have a business mindset, and they either end up only doing it freelance part-time, or they quit and don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Um it's a business. There's a one but I know a lot of people who aren't as talented, but they understand business. They understand like why it's important to have a contract. They understand the importance of like strategic marketing. They also, you know what I'm saying, there's so many more things that goes before you get a chance to even hit record. And then there's a lot of things that come after you hit record, whether it's editing, I mean, customer service. Like,
Yeah.
so I'm rambling now, but
You're fine, bro.
what's helped me, man, is just learning to be my authentic self. I think that's the end of the day. Like, you gotta be yourself.
I agree.
You gotta be your authentic self.
Mm-hmm. Cause
I
people,
tried to, yeah, go ahead.
you continue to not be it, it will eventually come out, or you will lose yourself in the process. So I
Yeah,
absolutely agree.
you gotta, and that's, I tried doing, like, I want to do music videos, but I know that's not my lane. But I tried so hard to be this guy that could do music videos, and after a couple of them, I was like, that's not for me.
So
So
I
I got to
sound
know my, like, authentically, I'm not a music video guy, and that's okay. Um, Also, I know that the type of clientele I want to work with, so I got to be okay with that. I also know my style, like my style is a certain way, and I got to be okay with that. Um, Setting boundaries, making sure you set time for your health. Cause I've been there trying to pull these all nighters, bro. I'm not 21 no more, bro. I can't.
yo, it,
I can't do it. I'm, some people can, but I know I'm not at my best self if I don't get enough rest, if I don't take time to decompress. Um, if I make sure I don't burn out. I mean, I know there wasn't really a prompt, but yeah, bro, just go along, be okay with going along for the ride and learning what you don't know. Um, yeah, bro, and be okay to ask for help. Find a circle of people that's going to support you, that's going to encourage you, but that's also going to keep it real with you. Uh, if you don't know legal stuff, get you a lawyer, Google, research, learn it. But any and everything that you do when it comes to the entertainment wise, you gotta make sure that you take care of you. You gotta make sure that you are set. I talked to somebody, and this is when I was still charging what I knew I was worth more, but I wasn't charging enough. I was doing a lot of stuff for free, pro bono, and I had someone share with me that I'm not gonna put the rapper's name out there, but he was like, yeah, one of my I had a videographer. He flew to LA, and he didn't have room and board, and he didn't solidify that with the rapper, with the production, and they didn't care. Like, you got to make sure you take care of you. You got to make sure that your needs are met. Um, in anything and everything you do, bro. So
Absolutely.
that's my
Completely
little
agree with you.
spiel. I'm not used to, like, I'm not used to, like, you know what I'm saying, because I'm still in the midst of growing in my career. So I can really only share my experience and what's worked for me so far. But I do know that, at least with some of the stuff I've shared, I've applied that, and I'm in a good place. I'm in a good headspace. I'm
That's all you can
currently
ask
at
for, man.
Yeah, yeah, bro. So, I'd love to come back, bro.
Yeah.
We talked about. I mean, we got a chance to kind of catch up, man.
Yeah, man.
Um,
Absolutely.
I'm I'm glad you're doing your thing, bro. What real quick, are you still with the Texans?
I am currently still with the Texans, yes. Yeah. I'm
Bet, bro.
also I'm doing stuff with the Astros as well. So yeah, I stay in the entertainment space. In some way,
Yes,
somehow,
bro.
man, I just have to. But I absolutely love it. I started my career with the Texans, so um, unless an opportunity that arises that is out of Texas, I don't see me not working with the Texans at any point because it's so flexible. I only work on game days, so it's just no reason. It's probably twice a month during the fall, so it's too easy at this point for me. So I love it.
I'm glad. I'm glad. I mean, you're a testament that consistency, sticking with something, also works well for you as well. I know there's a couple people. I mean, you stuck with it, bro. That's dope.
Absolutely,
I
man.
I, I hate what happened to old boy, because he was the chosen one.
I know
I don't. We
that's
don't leave that
yeah.
alone.
I don't know. It's hard being just a Houston sports fan. It's just been hard lately. So Astros
It's
doing their
been
thing right
hard
now, so I'm happy on that front. But basketball and football, everybody's struggling right now. So we're trying to figure it out, and hopefully we'll have something to provide this season, and if not this season, hopefully next season. So hey, it is what it is, brother. But hey, man,
um,
I appreciate you taking the time to chat with me, man. Um, it was like I said, like you said, it was great to catch up and chat with you about what things are going on in your life, man. I'm happy that you are in a good space and you are continuing to learn and thrive in your field. And the best part of going through this journey of realizing the lessons as you go through it, just being like, oh, that's what God was trying to tell me, or this is what I need to learn to make it to the next level, because there have been times in my life to where I feel like I was owed something, and this is not how life works. I can work my butt off, but I still have to earn it. Even though I can do the job, I still gotta get in that interview and pitch and sell myself. So I absolutely get where you're coming from, but I want to take this time. I know you're not big into social media, so we'll stay off that. But just
I mean, I'll provide it. Y'all could definitely check out my stuff, but
yeah. So
yeah, I'm just big chilling right now. Like I'm
absolutely,
still working. Like best believe I'm working. I'm my feet, my boots are to the ground.
that's good.
But my social media, my Instagram is Carter. Hold on, let me pull it up, bro. Carter Effect. Hold on. Hold on. Carter Effect.
That's cool.
CarterEffect.com.
Mm-hmm.
As of today, I just had a picture that I took. A picture of mine is in the Forbes article.
Nice.
Um, yeah. Let me show you real quick.
Okay.
Yes. Um, Let me pull it up.
Is that a picture of you or a picture that you took?
No. So it's a picture I took.
Okay.
Hold on. You can't see it, but here's the Forbes article. It's the picture I took,
That's
and you got
dope, man.
my credit at the Stern Carter.
That's
Hey,
dope, bro.
so I am working. Like if I could brag just a little bit, I've had a couple. I've had videos. I did a video for the Zetas that was at HBCU out here, and ended up on a couple big Instagram pages. I got like a lot of views, more views than I've ever gotten. I had a dance video that was on the choreographer who choreographed that new LeBron commercial.
I'm doing the
So
salsa.
the choreographer's name is Galen Hooks,
Mm-hmm.
and I had a video of mine. She reposted a video that I shot on her page. I think it's still up there.
Yeah.
I just did a proposal engagement video that was shared, and I think it got like 7,000 views. So that's what I mean. That like I'm letting other people post and share my work for me. Um, it's a good feeling to have. I basically post on my Instagram when I want to. But yeah, those are some of the most recent things. So it's constantly like that. I constantly have videos. Like I got, if you go on Columbus, Ohio, I got videos in rotation of different organizations because I work with so many different people. So sometimes I don't even put my name on it, but as long as I got that check, you know what I'm saying? Let me get that check. Let me just get paid so I could I just got this house not too long ago. So let me just get paid so me and my baby could chill so I could start having kids next year. Like I just want to live comfortably. I want to be in a position where I could be there for my family because I didn't have that growing up. Like I had my mom, but my dad was working and he provided financially when all I really wanted was for him to be there in spirit and in person. So now with that said, I do want to do contracted work. I want to get back into sports. I actually just picked up an MMA client, so I'm excited to start putting out. I'm actually gonna start putting out content for that. He's does jiu-jitsu and boxing and grappling. So he's a local MMA fighter out here. He's been winning all his fights, so we worked out a contract with him and his tattoo artist. So DK Metcalf. I don't know how do you say his name. Is it Metcalf?
I'm not sure.
DK Met. He's the receiver for the Seahawks.
Oh, I don't follow Seahawks.
DK DK Metcalf.
Mm-hmm.
DK Metcalf. So he has some content with Under Armour with him and his tattoo artist. So we're gonna go with a similar feel like that. So I'm out here putting in work. Carter Effect on Instagram is where you can find me. I travel. Also do weddings. I got 2 weddings I'm doing this year. Finishing up one now. So yeah, I'm working,
Yeah,
grinding
man.
full time,
Absolutely.
bro. This is a full time thing. So
Hey man, as long as you're putting in the work and taking care of yourself, man, that's all that matters. And once again, brother, I appreciate you taking the time to jump on the call. Like he said, follow him at Carter Effect and also go to his website, cartereffect.com.
yep.
Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Queued Up Podcast. Please follow me on IG, TheQueSmith, Doug Q Smith. Also follow the podcast IG page, Queue It Up Podcast. Once again, you can listen to this on any podcast platform from Spotify, iHeart, etc. And you can also view this on our YouTube page at Cue It Up Productions. So Sterling, God bless you, brother. Thank you so much once again, man. Absolutely. And this has been another episode, Cue It Up Podcast. Peace.
Yes, sir. Peace, man.
Awesome.